Usually when you think of wine, you think grapes, maybe berries, or other fruit. But what about carrots? Damn, that's a good idea. What about carrots? Let's find out if you can turn carrots into wine. This is roughly 2.7 kilos of carrots, and that's gonna make about 3 glasses of wine. But why so many carrots for so little wine? Well, so here's the thing, guys. For it to be considered a proper real wine, all the sugars for fermentation needs to come from the carrot itself. And for every 100 grams of carrots, there's about 5 grams of sugar. Altogether, that adds up to around 130 grams of sugar, just enough to make about 800 milliliters of wine. However, this immediately brought me to the first problem. How the hell do I actually get all that sugar out of the carrots? But after looking online, I finally figured it out. So here's a game plan. First up, a good rinse to get all that dirt out. Next up, we chop them suckers. Then, straight to the pot. The heat's gonna pull all those sugar out of the carrots. Once the boiling started, I set a 30 minutes timer. But man, even with the fan on full blast, my apartment was fogging up like crazy. My smoke detector was probably one steam cloud away from calling the fire department. Once the 30 minutes timer went off, I killed the heat and let this mean boy cool down. Quick food break, because hey, it's not easy making toxic waste. But after pounding down on some sushis, it was getting super late, so I wrapped it up for the night and let the carrots infuse in the fridge. When I woke up the next day, I was ready to go to war against those carrots. No breakfast, no distraction, straight work. After scooping all the carrots out of the juice, look at this mountain of boiled carrots. Don't worry, I didn't throw them away, I turned them into a nice potage. I'm gonna boil this bad boy one more time. I'm pretty sure we still have way more than 800 milliliters. Oh boy, I was right. But little did I know, I was signing up for a long boil. This wasn't winemaking anymore. This was endurance training. When I finally felt like we had enough juice, I cooled it off. So our juice is now cold. I really do hope it's 800 milliliters in this, cause man, I've been boiling this for like, I don't know, the past hour. Now for the yeast, this is where the real magic starts. So we were actually pretty clutch. We have 800 on the dot. When I was boiling it, at some point, the juice was like yellow. And I was like, man, it's gonna be some golden wine. But it kind of turned dirt color. Oh man, when you're gonna see my airlock, you guys gonna trip. This might look like some sketchy device straight out of a drug lab, but it lets gas escape while making sure nothing gets in. But I had to modify it a little because man, that thing was not stable at all. I swear it was one burp away from blasting off. After only a few hours, fermentation kicked in. It was bubbling like crazy. But after a few weeks, a new problem popped up. The wine got a little clearer at first, but then it just stopped. That fog stayed for the same for days. And if I'm gonna call this a wine, it needs to look like wine.
Okay, you can go in. Hey, what's up, Macedo? You're good. Head on in. Wait a second. Something ain't right here.
And that's when I decided to take the matters into my own hands. I just got back from the wine boutique and I bought a bunch of stuff. So I told the guy I wanted to make my wine super clear, and he sold me this pectic enzyme, also some gelatin, and he sold me that white powder that we're gonna use later on. Hopefully this is drugs. But man, the guy kept asking me like what I was making. And dude, I'm fermenting some carrots juice into some wine. That guy looked at me like I was an idiot. So first, I tried the pectic enzyme. It's supposed to break down all the pectin, basically all the stuff that makes your juice super cloudy. I was hoping the pectic enzyme would have worked its magic, but as you can see, it didn't do much. But hey, I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve. Now it's time to bring out the big guns. Gelatin and sulfites. The gelatin works like a magnet, grabbing onto all the floating junk and dragging it down to the bottom. Meanwhile, the sulfites take care of all the yeast still hanging around in suspension. The only tricky part, the amounts I need are so tiny that my scale can't even measure them. So at this point, we're kind of freestyling. Apparently the move is to dissolve them in hot water, so I did it, then tossed it in, and let the science do its thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's still like super hazy, but if we do the hand check, it's starting to get clearer, but it's still super far off wine. At this point, I was convinced this would finally clear up, but nope, still super cloudy. That one's done. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. I failed. This won't be considered a wine. Psych! That's what a quitter would say. I've still got one last trick, baby. Cold crashing. When I took the bottle out, I hadn't realized it had gotten this clear. The cold crash had truly worked a miracle. I'm not sure exactly how many vitamins are in this, but it has to be crazy. Let's bottle this bad boy. This part is super tricky. One wrong move with the siphon and I could undo all the hard work I did. If it dips too close to that crust at the bottom, all the gunk is gonna come back right into my wine. If I saw this in a restaurant, I'd still not buy it, but damn, it's clear. Before diving in, I actually did my homework. I went online and I watched a bunch of how to taste wine videos. So now I'm basically a certified sommelier. I've got this huge glass. I could probably fit like half the bottle inside of this. Okay, that's how they did it in the videos. First off, the sight. So the color. It actually is pretty golden. That's kind of crazy because you guys saw it earlier. It started off like dirt. Now it's more like gold, yellow. Super clear. I'm happy with that. It's super clear. So I saw a guy talking about legs on wine. So apparently it's when you swirl it around, you look at... Man, I have no idea what he was talking about. Like, you swerve it and you look at the line, I guess. Man, let me tell you, this bad boy has legs. Now for the nose. So I'm gonna do the trick, the sommelier trick. Give it a sniff. Oh, that's interesting. It smells like a white wine. Damn, you get a lot of stuff out of this. It smells a bit like vanilla, maybe a bit citrusy. You can smell the alcohol. It doesn't smell like dirt and doesn't smell like butter. Because when I was boiling it, it smelled like butter, like popcorn butter. was crazy. So I was expecting that type of smell. Now for the palate, that's when we taste it, baby. So let's try it. Okay, so there's a lot going on there. At first, man, okay, there's a lot going on. Holy I'm tearing up. First off, you drink it, you don't taste anything. Then butter comes. After the butter, you get like 6 aftertastes and none of them are good. It's not acid at all. It's kind of thick, the texture. It's not dry and it's not sugary at all. The only thing that is crazy about this is that the aftertaste is so long. I can't believe it. It's crazy. We might break some records. This is super weird. Honestly, there's only one more thing to do, and it's to age this bad boy. So I'm gonna age it for, I don't know, a few months, and then I'm gonna do an update